Previously on Open for Discussions.
The light-skinned people don't really like the dark-skinned people.
Slave women were giving themselves to their master in order for their kids to have a better life.
When a white person is looking at you, regardless if you're light skinned or dark skinned, they're looking at you as if you're still black. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Candace, Matthias and Adtuwne, and we are open for discussions.
Chit chit.
So do you think the media has a greater influence over children than their own parents do?
I think so. I mean, if you really think of it, like, growing up, my role models were like rappers and athletes. Mm-hmm. Those were my role models. I didn't know successful. I don't know personally. I did not know successful people who were successful in successful professions or anything like that. The most successful people I knew were athletes and rappers, and that was it. So when you're growing up and this is all you know, these are the most successful people you know, then who else do you go to?
The media doesn't have to have a bigger influence as long as you know what you're doing as a parent. When you become that role model to your kid, like if you're a good father or a good mother, like your child is automatically going to want to be like you. Like my daughter already saying, I want to be a nurse like my mommy. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what she do in her life, she wants to be what her mom is because her mom is a perfect influence of a woman to her. But when you don't have that at home, then of course you're going to look to athletes and rappers and stuff like that. And what they're preaching is your favorite athlete and stuff, when they make it, they in their head they come up in the same system we come up in. So it's like, what do most athletes do when they get that $1 million check? I need a symbol of the success, so I'm gonna marry a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the standard of success. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we want everything that the dominant society have. Gucci, Louis, Prada. What is everybody out here dying for? Gucci, Louis, Prada. You remember back in the day when it was cool to rock Rockaware, Sean John, academics, stuff that was made FUBU, stuff that was made by African Americans.
For African Americans.
But now that ain't Ralph though. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to have what the dominant society have in order for us to show our success.
Yeah, I think it's funny that you brought up the whole white women as a standard of success, because I remember growing up, like, you had to try and get a white girl. If you got a white girl, you was top notch. Like everyone looked at you like, yo, you got a white kid? You got a white girl? Yo, all praise to you, my dude. Like, I don't know how you did it.
Like, how did you get that?
How did you get it? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're ugly. Why I don't like it?
How do you talk to them? You know, it's like it was crazy because everyone wanted to have, like, it didn't even matter. Sometimes it didn't even matter what she looked like. The fact that you had it was like, yo, I got one. I'm winning.
How does it make you feel to know that a woman that is your shade of skin is not socially accepted?
Honestly, it hurts. Because it hurts, but at the same time, it's two reasons why it hurts. It hurts because I'm dark skinned. And when you like talk down about, like when I heard one of my friends say, oh yeah, she's pretty for a dark-skinned girl. It's like, whoa, what do you mean by that? She's pretty. Why isn't she just pretty? Why does she have to be pretty for a dark-skinned girl? It hurts because we're looked at as ugly. That's one. Second, it hurts because why our own people who look like me, why do we look at our own people as less attractive? I understand. Everyone has their type. I'm not saying everybody needs to like everyone. No, if you have your type, you have your type. But don't make it seem like the darker your skin is, the less attractive you are automatically by standards. You know what I'm saying? So it hurts when I hear people say, talk like that about the darker your skin complexion. Like that. It's just, what people gotta understand is, them light-skinned girls, they're African. Dark-skinned girls are African. It's just, we're so beautiful, we have different shades. So you can't put one on the pedestal. We gotta get out of this.
And I think that's what people need to start embracing. That we are one people, but we're just different shades.
I think it's going to take a while for people to accept that.
So you don't think the mindset can be changed?
It's going to take a while for people to really get out of their own way and really say, yo, we are just one people. Like, I don't think people truly care enough to. I don't think that people think it's a problem. That's what I think. You know, and just to piggyback off what y'all was saying, with like light skinned girls, there's like you can put like, you know, the president of attractive light skinned women. With dark skinned girls, you always see that dark crackhead dusty person. People always say, like, when people talk about dark skinned girls, what's in their mind. They have someone ugly, dirty in their mind, and they don't think about someone like Gabrielle Union, who is probably one of the most attractive women in the world.
Kelly Rowland.
Like,
I see that for days and days.
This guy said that studies have shown that lighter skinned people, like when people look at lighter skinned people, they look at them as and see themselves having a life with them and starting a family and having kids. But when they look at a dark skinned person, they see more of a physical relationship.
Oh, most definitely. That goes back to slavery. That definitely goes back to slavery, because what you gotta understand is, you remember the lady who was put up on billboards and posters back in the day because she had a huge ass and they made it seem like it was something wrong with her? Sarah Bartman. Now look at what was going on today. That woman
shots everywhere.
Exactly. I said with the whole Sarah Bartman thing. Back during slavery, I think that's where it originated, where your slave master had his wife, he had his children by his wife. But at the same time, he still snuck out every night and had sex with his slaves because of how physically attractive we are. Like, we are the first humans. We are gods, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter who you are, you're going to have a physical attraction to us. And that's where it started, where the slave masters didn't marry the slaves, but they didn't stop them from having sex with the slaves.
Do you think that's the reason why you're not in a relationship? Like, the fact that people see you as just a sexual or physical attraction, and they act on just that action, that's why you're not in a relationship?
And I will answer that, and I also want Candace to speak from one's perspective on that. But from a male's perspective, as a dark-skinned man, I don't think so. I mean, like, right now, I feel like dark-skinned men are winning. You know, we out there, everybody wants us, whatever. You know what I mean? But,
that's real shit. You know?
You ain't dark-skinned.
Oh, man, these brown paper bag people over here. But anyways, I feel like right now in this society where we have a lot of dark-skinned men winning, like Morris Chestnut, Idris Elba, you know, so on, it's different, you know.
Guys McGuffey, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not dark-skinned.
But I feel like it's different, where I feel like the reason why I'm not in a relationship is because of personal issues and not because of the skin complexion. Like, I've passed up relationships with, you know, women who are, you know, either of the different society, of the dominant society, of lighter skin. It's personal issues. I have to fix myself before I jump into that. I don't think it has anything to do with darker skin, but speak for the light-skinned women, please.
I'm not light-skinned, I'm brown, thank you. But do I think my skin tone prevents me from being in a relationship?
Like, do you look at it like it's, you can see yourself in a long-term relationship with a light-skinned man?
No,
like, when you look at a dude, you say,
no.
Okay, I can see myself with him. When we look at a dude, like, you know, he's attractive, but I don't really see myself. All right, and then I got another question for you. This just came in my head. How many times have you been talking to a girl and she stopped talking to you to go mess with a light-skinned dude?
When I was younger, honestly, when I was a child, I thought I was ugly. Like, that's real factual stuff. I always thought I was ugly
because of your skin tone?
Because of my skin tone, because the girls that I like the Spanish boys, or like the high yellow boys. And this is around the time where Al B. Shore was killing it, you know what I'm saying? Like all the R&B singers was high yellow and all that other stuff, and the cool people was high yellow. So it's like I said, the music, media, and movies control the way we think. So that's what had me thinking I was ugly back then. And the way society changes, where, you know, we slowly, dark-skinned men slowly started to, you know, become more attractive, then I stopped thinking that way. So
I think when I was really younger, I was attracted to lighter Spanish guys. And then as I started to get older, I had a real attraction to dark-skinned men. But now I'm just at a point in my life where I think I'm past that, and now for me it's more than skin tone.
Yeah,
you know?
I just like women altogether. It don't matter what shape you are, what color you are, what size you are. If you attractive to me, then I'll rock with you. I just love women, period.
Me too. Me too.
I want to read this quote from Ashley Shalea from Instagram, and I thought it was really powerful because speaking to her on Instagram, she did say her mother actually. Why are you smiling like that? Her mother said when she met Ashley's father, she thought about those things. You know, I have to be with this man so my daughter can be light skinned and have good hair and stuff like that. And even my own family has said things like that to me about being with lighter, darker skinned people and people with good hair. But she said, even though these ideologies of lighter skin being better than darker skin is a Eurocentric concept that brainwashed many cultures, not just blacks, the blame can fall on us. It's 2015 and we should know that this war should have been over a long time ago, but yet we still continue it today. And it's us that are continuing it, not our oppressors. It plagues our communities, blacks, Asians, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
I think my opinion on that is I can't blame the people who think the way they think and the people who really hold light skin to a pedestal and dark skin to a pedestal, whatever the way they think. I can't blame them. I feel like, in my opinion, we all are chained up here in our mental. In our mind, we're chained. Like we have locks and we're trained to think a certain way. So not everybody, exactly. So not everybody knows how to unlock that. We all have the key. It's just that not everybody knows where to find the key, and some people find that key too late. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for myself, for example, I started learning more about myself and self-educating myself mid-20s. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it would be crazy if I knew what I knew now in middle school, in high school. That's why I feel like the school system has to change. So right now I feel like she's spitting facts, and it is up to us. But at the same time, it's not, because not everybody knows how to unlock the change that's on their mind.
And if I know how to do it, and I see and I hear you saying, yo man, dark skinned girls are ugly, light skinned girls is popping, like you gotta get a light skinned chick, so you guys can have light skinned babies. As your friend, I should be the one to tell you, yo, that's ridiculous. Like you should not think like that. So I think that it's up to us to look out for each other, because obviously someone knows the answer. It's not like nobody out here knows the answer. Right. Someone knows the answer. We gotta look out for each other so that we can all build and grow, because someone sparked something in you to go look for these answers. It wasn't like you just woke up and said, yo, I'm now this new enlightened person. Like someone sparked something in you. So I think that's just where it's got to be. Like it's not our oppressor's fault. We have to go looking for the answers. We have to go look for the ways to not be oppressed anymore.
In your opinions, who has it worse in our society right now? Who's getting like more, criticism? Dark-skinned people or light-skinned people? Who has it worse in our society right now?
As a dark-skinned guy, I feel like
as medium. As halfway.
I'm dark.
Alright.
I honestly just think black people in general.
Oh,
I agree with that. I believe that, but like it almost seems like it's easier. The perception is that it's easier when you're lighter, but I don't know that to be factual. It just seems like it's easier. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because of all the gloating light-skinned people do, like, oh, I got away with this because I'm light-skinned, or I'm light-skinned so I got all these perks. And I've never seen, or I don't know anyone who really gets certain benefits because of the color of their skin.
Definitely.
What do we have to do to let people understand that regardless of the color of your skin, there's no, what did you say, better person?
Yeah, there's no better color.
Yeah, there's no better color. What exactly do we have to do? Like, will it start with the school system? Does it start at home?
Throw away the textbooks and the history books that they have in our school. I mean, if you want to get your diploma and your degree, then cool. Use that school system, get your diploma, get your degree. But if you really want to know about yourself, you got to self-educate yourself. We live in an era right now where information is at our fingertips. They can't hide information no more. We have the internet. Anything you want to look for, you can find on the internet. You know what I'm saying? When you come up in that mentality, you got to throw that shit away, become open-minded, learn about yourself. When you learn about yourself, you would know that we all have the same struggle no matter what the color of your skin is. Like, you're light-skinned, but you represent slavery just as much as me being dark-skinned with an Irish last name represents slavery. So I think it's all about becoming open-minded and learning outside of what your school teaches you.
How does one go to self-education when the only validation for things, white people validate everything for people.
Definitely.
So if you tell me something, if not me personally, but if you say something, people are gonna, if someone watching this is gonna say, oh, we were kings, we were gods, like this is what we were. If a white person don't tell us that, or don't tell certain people that, and they're not gonna believe it.
Right.
So people say, oh yeah, Christopher Columbus, he did all these great things, this is why we're celebrating him, when in reality, that's not what it is. But they're never gonna tell us these facts. And until a white person says, yo, these are these facts, the majority of people are never gonna really accept that.
They will never tell them these.
Yeah, so how do we really get to that point where we're saying, okay, we're gonna self-educate ourselves on the truth and really believe that truth?
It's just another reason for us to fight amongst each other and not be united, because with unity, you know, you don't know what can happen. You know, we can progress with unity, but until then, we're just going to continue to hate on each other and find a way to, you know, not support each other. And that's the importance of knowing yourself. If you know who you really are and self-educate yourself and like learn outside of what we're learning in school, you'll know it's deeper than just light skin, dark skin. You'll know being black it goes further than slavery. You know, who we are, we're Africans, but we call each other black. Black to me is just being African in America with no culture. You don't know who you really are.